Hello and welcome to another insightful episode of CEO Talk on CXO TV, where we bring industry leaders at the forefront of innovation, strategy, and transformation. Today, we are honored to have with us Dr. Deepthi Tayal, CEO of Engineers eBrain, a leading advisory and management consulting firm. With over 2 decades of leadership experience, Dr. Tayal has collaborated with global clients ranging from startups to Fortune 500 companies, driving strategic innovation, patent intelligence, and technology consulting. Her expertise lies in integrating AI powered solutions with deep industry insights to enhance business efficiency, reduce costs, and maximize profitability. Welcome, Dr. Tayal.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you
So,
so much for asking me to join this particular platform. I'm really excited today.
pleasure is ours. Yeah. And okay, so let me start with, as a first question, what inspired you to pursue your career path and how did you get started?
Nice question. I did my PhD in biotechnology, and after that, I joined a consulting organization for 5 years. And then I realized that it's important to do something for uh, clients, important to do something for society, because I could find that people were looking for jobs. So I really wanted to be someone who could give jobs across the community. So that was the major aspect I was having in mind. And hence I thought of opening this particular venture. Initial years were not that promising because in the typical Indian traditional culture, as you can understand, initial 5 years, it took me to convince my family that yes, I want to take it further. However, I think in last 8 years, it has been really helping me in growing this organization, and I'm able to grow this organization to a minimum of 20% of growth every year. So
Wow, that's
yes,
fantastic.
so we've been supporting the clients in the industry, and the major aspect is that being PhD, I always wanted to work closely with the industry leaders. So in this particular opportunity, I really found that while we do PhDs, we are confined to one specific topic for many years. Whereas in the consulting field, you get to know about what is going to happen in future years. So once we do research, once we see that big companies where we use instruments, where we took their reagents while doing PhD, you really are telling them that how should they be improving efficiency, how should they be reducing the cost. So kind of fulfillment you get. So that's the core passion I had in terms of opening this organization. And fortunately, with my team, who is really a strong team, I'm able to take this organization to a journey that we have multi offices now. We are not only operating from India, we have offices in US, Europe, Japan, and have good people associated with us, very good client base we have. So I would say that the journey has been fantastic so far, and the kind of aspirations we have for the future years, I guess it's going to be excellent.
Absolutely fantastic journey. That makes me think of that, what is, if you can share, what is one defining moment that shaped your journey?
So I was dealing with one of the client, and it was related to next generation sequencing. So related to a disease, I saw someone dying of cancer actually. And it happened because they couldn't go for early diagnostics. So in close family relative of mine, it happened. So that time we were thinking that if in case something could be done for early cancer diagnostics, um, and that time I was doing a project related to next generation sequencing. So I was thinking maybe if we can add more value to such kind of projects, because as of now, what is happening that industry is deciding directions based on multiple factors. But if we can try to add more value to what we have been doing, what we have been delivering, why not to create a platform where we focus more on giving advantage to human nature, human success, their viability. So that was the core aspects I was thinking about. And instead of getting restricted with some specific projects that were given to me by my managers, I thought of working in a field where I could really serve the industry and maybe do more such kind of projects where we could decide the future of next generations. So I say that was a touching moment for me to think about doing something great in that field. But of course, while I'll open this company, we are not restricting only to healthcare. We have been working in chemical, we have been working in automotive, we have been working in high tech. So almost all industry verticals we have been covering. So it's yeah, really exciting. As I said, that to know that what would be the future of diagnostics, what kind of time it is going to take over a period of time for diagnosing any specific disease, how you can contribute towards early diagnostics. As I said, disease identification is one of the area, but we also know that how AI has been helping the users to screen millions of data in fraction of seconds and identify the results as per their interest, identifying majorly the kind of consulting they are looking for. Of course, it takes some time to train the tool. So it takes us approximately 1 week of time to train the tool as per the requirements of the clients. But using the kind of tool, because we are not only in providing consulting to the clients, but we also provide support in terms of devising the AI solutions. So it takes us approximately 1 week's time in training the tool, creating the background, and using those tools, they're really able to improve the efficiency of the diagnostics. So at multi stages, they give us the question, let's say, how to improve the image generation, how to improve the time that is being taken from sample collection to image analysis, or maybe how to improve the sensitivity of the assay. So there are multiple projects we have been involved in using AI for actually cutting the time that is required for analysis or predictive analysis or any kind of disease analysis.
Yeah, absolutely. So consulting has evolved significantly over the years with companies like you also mentioned, they're demanding more data-driven, technology-led solutions. So how do you see the role of management consulting firms evolving, and how is engineers adapting to these changes?
Sure. So I guess that's the beauty of the management consulting, that you have to be um, with the developments across the industry. So I would say that as a management consulting organization, we sense where is the need, where the industry is going, and accordingly we design our solutions, accordingly we strengthen our needs. So I can give you some examples. Let's say sustainability, it started around 8 years ago, where initial projects were that what is the kind of plastic that was in use, and how it has been changing into the sustainable plastic. So initial people wanted to convert it into bio-based plastics, but depending upon the cost that was involved, and depending upon the time it was taking, short of the supply, they finally moved to the recycled plastic. So as a management consulting, I would say that our role is majorly to support every section across the value chain in order to understand that what would be the future, let's say 5 years from now, what would be the cost that would be required to get into a specific area, whether they should go into a specific direction or not. So over a period of time, the changes that have been happening. So I can give another example. Let's say while we were doing the hydrogen consulting projects, excuse me, the major focus used to be on people wanted to know what is hydrogen technology, where is the need, what would be the market over a period of time, what would be the future. But now the major focus is on a specific area, let's say green hydrogen. So as a management consulting organization, we have been supporting the clients in taking decisions that are informed based on specific data, and helping them in taking next steps in a cost effective and timely manner. So I guess that we have been instrumental, and we have been playing a vital role in helping those corporates, their decision makers, in taking timely decisions.
Ah, wonderful. So, with businesses facing rapid market shifts and economic uncertainties and then disruptive technologies, what are the top three strategic priorities that companies should focus on today to stay ahead of the competition?
Mhm. So, the first would be adapting to the change, as we've been discussing, that they have to really sense across the entire value chain that what would be the future, maybe 3 years, 5 years future, um, based on their suppliers, um, their users. What is the change in behavior? What is the change in the requirement? And accordingly, they should be ready for the next level change. That's the first one. The second one could be that using the technology, because this is where everyone is trying to be efficient. So, whatever technologies are already existing, they have to check them to be early movers in a specific area. And the third thing should be that they should really be thinking about the innovation across their industry. So, what they have been doing now, and what kind of improvement could support their end users in getting better value. So, according to my understanding, these three things might help uh, the industry in going to the next level.
Sure, sure. Yeah. So with Gen AI coming into the scenario, you think the role of the data analyst and similar kind of roles are going to evolve now to something else? Because most of their work will be done by Gen AI.
So, I guess that across industry where they have been doing the base roles, um, and this transformation is already happening, they have to learn how to use the Gen AI and AI tools to give better and informed decisions. So, I wouldn't say that there would be more evolution of the role. What I strongly believe is that there will be shifting of roles. So the people who have been involved in the base work would be shifted to more onto the data analytics sides. So if you see currently also looking at the profiles of the data analysis, they were not born as data analytics. They did not do any degree in data analytics. They were having some degrees elsewhere, and now they have been transitioning into data analytics. So my feel here is that, of course, there'll be requirement of more and more thought leaders, data analytics, but the current generation has been in different fields. They have been trying to evolve to take up those roles.
So what are some of the biggest challenges you faced, in scaling engineers even, and what advice would you give to entrepreneurs looking to grow their businesses?
Yeah, so yes, there have been challenges in past, and over a period of time, I've learned how to overcome them. So the biggest challenge I faced was the funding issue in the past. So because it wasn't that easy to arrange the fund to scale up. As I said, that the initial 5 years were not that great. I hired employed later. But my advice to the young entrepreneurs would be just do the things. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, don't wait. Get the funds arranged from somewhere and just do it. And trust me, don't delay the things. Whatever is in your mind, whatever is in your heart, just do it. Arrange funds from somewhere. And if you do the things with passion, I'm pretty sure you can get the outcome. So, this is what is the mistake I did. I kept on thinking, should I do it? How should I arrange the funds? And I'd actually delayed the entire process. But for last 2-3 years, I'm not just thinking about anything. I'm just doing. I'm encouraging my team also to do it. All the leaders, they are free to come up with ideas, innovations, and we just take them, because we are sure that even if maybe 100% it will not be giving us the success, but even if it is giving us 60 to 70% of the success, you are successful at that.
So, one last question. Looking ahead, what are your predictions for the future of management consulting and what key leadership lessons would you like to share with aspiring business leaders?
So management consulting has a bright future, and I guess this is going to be taking over the direction of the entire industry. And with these advancements of multiple tools that have been coming up, I would strongly feel that earlier management consulting and related services were adapted by the big corporates, uh, up to some extent by the mid ones. But nowadays, there is a transition. Even mid to small ones are also looking for support from the management consulting organization.
Yeah. So this has been an incredibly insightful discussion, Dr. Tayal, and your perspectives on business strategy, AI-driven transformation, and inclusive leadership are truly inspiring. Thank you for sharing your journey and expertise with us today on CEO Talk.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah.
Take care.
That's a wrap for today's CEO Talk. If you found this conversation insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to CXO TV for more engaging discussions with industry leaders. Stay tuned for our next episode, and where we bring you more business insights, leadership, wisdom, and technology trends, shaping the future. Until then, keep innovating and leading the way. Thank you.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.